We've had some fascinating celestial shows.
We have. Yeah, the Northern Lights were amazing.
Exactly, yeah. We had the clear skies for it last week. This week, though, is more typical of what we would expect of a balloon fiesta week. Meaning a little bit of this, a little bit of that. Well, a little bit of that is coming this way, and I'll show you what that is right now. You can see, actually, from the perspective of Navajo Lake, right now it is nice and calm. But look at a time lapse of just about 2 or 3 hours ago. There were some gusty storms moving through the area, dropping some rain, cooling things down. You can see it kind of agitated the surface of the water there. But as quickly as it came, it sort of moved away, and you can see that right now things are so-so. They're looking pretty quiet with some clearing in the sky. But all this is an indication of a changing pattern. Last week, warm and dry. This week, we're talking about wind and cooler weather. And by the way, some rain and even some snow. Here's what I'm talking about. In the north central mountains, the Sangre de Cristo Mountains, getting some nice little rain activity, some thunderstorm activity happening there near Pecos. But look at this little pop of pink and purple right there, even some blue, indicates there's some wintry mix and some snow at the very highest elevations of the mountains, which is a sign of things to come for some areas. We are getting that cold front, which is about to sweep through central New Mexico, and that is going to be changing things for the city here in just a little bit. Across southwestern and east central New Mexico, it's also starting to get pretty gusty. Look at this. Up to 32 miles per hour Clovis, 43 in Ruidoso. And what's happening is a cool front is moving through, and it is going to really start to stir up the wind in central New Mexico in just a little bit. You can see across the northeast, it's already in the 60s, so really doing a good job of turning on nature's air conditioning. And we're going to be heading to the first freeze alert of the season for some areas across northeastern New Mexico. This is going to be for some spots, and I'll show you some details. You may not have experienced this level of cold at any point this season so far. It might be a shock to the system. Otherwise, those reliable canyon winds will start to gust up in central New Mexico. But let's get to that freeze warning. You can see that it's mostly for areas in the north central area of the state and the east slopes of the Sangre de Cristo Mountains, not to mention select areas across the east mountains of Albuquerque. So that freeze warning is in effect 3 in the morning till 9 in the morning tomorrow, with some of those temperatures getting as low as 27 degrees. Right now I'm predicting a wide range of 30s across northeastern New Mexico, 27 Alamosa. For Grants and Gallup, it's going to be another cold night. And then by tomorrow, the wind will have calmed down for some areas across the north. It's still going to be gusty across southern New Mexico. And then with an approaching storm system on Thursday, we're going to start to see scattered showers, the potential for severe weather in eastern areas of the state, and also the potential for flooding by Saturday in some areas across northeastern New Mexico. So this is going to be a major change. The biggest storm that we've seen probably in more than 2 months, and that is going to be for many areas across the state. 65 degrees for Roswell tomorrow, and he bounced back to the 70s, but certainly feeling like the season right now. 69 degrees for areas like Silver City, a little bit of fog up there in the northwest. 70 degrees dropping to the 60s and 50s by Friday into Saturday. I'm expecting the North Mountains also to start to see better chances of action as we get toward the weekend, with much cooler weather on the way, especially for Santa Fe. The Northeast tomorrow is going to feel very much like autumn. So will the East Mountains. I mean, highs only in the upper 50s tomorrow for Sandia Park and Cedar Crest. For most of the metro, we're going to be in the mid to upper 60s, and those temperatures stay cool as the rain chances start to ramp up to 70% by this weekend.
We had very warm weather for Balloon Fiesta, even a couple record highs, and believe it or not, it was the warmest Balloon Fiesta on record. Looking at the dates through early October, every day was in the 80s in the afternoon. That makes the average high of 85.4, the warmest recorded for Balloon Fiesta. We'll take a look at this Balloon Fiesta and some other warm years in the past if you check out our KOB4 Facebook page for more.